Good evening. I'm Bill Buttell, and this is ABC News New York. Tonight, President Nixon is still in the hospital and probably will be till the end of the week, but his condition is improving. The Viet Cong have freed 2 Canadian members of the peacekeeping team after 17 days. A former major in the Air Force is expected to tell a Senate committee tomorrow that he was ordered to bomb Cambodia early in 1970 and to report that he had bombed South Vietnam instead. And Nolan Ryan of the California Angels has pitched his second no-hitter of the season, the first man to do that in 20 years. I'll have the details in just a moment.
The ABC Weekend News with Bill Buttell is brought to you by Viva, the absorbent paper towel that keeps on working even when it's wet.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I know. Let's do the Viva test they do on TV.
Now, I'll be Viva and you can be the other towel.
Okay.
Boy, Viva sure beats your towel.
Yeah, it sure does.
And look, Viva is strong. That's terrific.
Viva, it really absorbs faster.
Now, what do you want to do?
I sweat. Oh, I used to go to parties and perspire to be social, but I fell in with a fast crowd, and soon I'd go to parties and sweat. I knew I had a problem. So I turned to Dial, antiperspirant. It helps stop odor and wetness. When I just perspired, I used anything. But I sweat, so I need Dial antiperspirant. Thank you.
Dial antiperspirant in regular and dry powder.
President Nixon continues to improve at the Walter Reed Medical Center. He's still quite ill with viral pneumonia, but his doctors say the prognosis is excellent, which means he's expected to recover completely. We have a report on the president and his family today from ABC's Tom Jarrell.
Members of the Nixon family made their daily trip to his bedside. Mrs. Nixon, daughters Julie and Tricia, and son-in-law David Eisenhower visited in the afternoon. They and doctors who were keeping closer tabs on Mr. Nixon found him to be improving.
How's the president?
The president enjoyed a good night's sleep for the first time since his hospital admission. He continues to feel better and experiences some chest pain only with deep breathing. The physical examination this morning revealed a temperature of 99, and there has been some improvement in the congestion of both the right and the left lungs. The president's general overall medical condition is that of good improvement. He has, however, the expected malaise, the fatigue, and lack of energy that is seen with prolonged bed rest. Although the prognosis now is excellent, the chief concern is that the president will push himself too hard and too fast and perhaps slow down his recovery or possibly cause a relapse. He is still a sick man, but the improvement is considered to be acceptable.
The afternoon x-rays showed lung congestion has lessened. The president got out of his bed for 20-minute periods today, walked about his room, talked with staff members, and spent some time with his personal secretary, Rosemary Woods, discussing get-well messages which have flooded in. Doctors want to keep the president here till next Friday. He'll conduct business which the White House considers essential. That means the Phase 4 economic announcement should come while he's here, but not the meeting with Watergate Committee Chairman Sam Irving. Tom Jarrell, ABC News at Bethesda Naval Hospital in Maryland.
The Watergate hearings resume this week on the new schedule of 5 days a week, with the White House Special Counsel Richard Moore slated to wind up his testimony at the first session. Then comes another star witness, Herbert Kalmbach, former personal attorney to President Nixon and an active campaign fundraiser. 2 members of the Irving Committee spoke up today on the controversy over whether White House papers bearing on Watergate ought to be released. Senator Daniel Inouye, Democrat of Hawaii, said yes, they should be, and President Nixon should also make himself available to the committee. Senator Lowell Weicker, Republican of Connecticut, said he opposes any effort to force Mr. Nixon either to release documents or to appear.
How would you describe your husband, Miss Neal?
Ooh, my husband is a very demanding man. And he wants coffee. He wants it for breakfast. He doesn't drink it after lunch, but he has a cup in the evening. He adores Maxim. Maxim tastes like burnt coffee. That's the only coffee we have in our house. Maxim is the best coffee we've ever had.
We're in Boston to prove dogs who eat canned dog food will like cheese-flavored Gainsburgers.
I think he likes it. I never thought they'd like cheese. He eats it faster than the canned food.
What do you think he likes about it?
Imagine the cheese. It's usually quite finicky.
What type of dog food do you use?
Canned.
What do you think he's doing there?
He likes it. I'm shocked. I never thought he would eat it.
That's the reaction to cheese-flavored Gainsburgers from most canned dog food users we spoke with. Gainsburgers, the canned dog food without the can.
Almost 20 years ago, Virgil Fireball Trucks of the Detroit Tigers lived up to his name and pitched 2 no-hitters in one season. That doesn't happen very often. In fact, it didn't happen again till today. Nolan Ryan of the California Angels was pitching against the Detroit Tigers with 1 no-hitter under his belt for the season. He pitched another one today, and he entered into the record books. A report narrated by ABC's Pat Brown.
It was a stunning performance all the way. With just 4 walks, Nolan Ryan struck out 17 Tigers, including Duke Sims 3 times on 11 pitches.
I've never hit off anybody that threw that much, that hard and had that good a control. It lifts or moves, or it's not even, you don't even foul the ball off. It's kind of a frustrating feeling, but you walk back to the bench and say, well, he's just better than I am right now.
Well, the last 2 innings were extremely tough. I seemed to have lost some on my fastball during that long inning. I was a little bit stiff, and I was concerned about it.
Maybe the best chance for a hit for the Tigers, Gates Brown in the 9th inning.
That's right. When he hit the ball, I thought it was through the infield. I knew that if it wasn't directly at Meoli, that it would be through the infield. And when I saw him catch the ball, that's when I decided right then that I wasn't going to let Norm beat me. Either I was going to walk him or make him hit my pitch.
Ryan's 17 strikeouts fell just 1 short of Bob Feller's American League record. And with this Norm Cash fly ball, Nolan Ryan became today only the 5th pitcher in modern Major League history with 2 no-hitters in the same season. Pat Brown, ABC News.
The score was 6-0 California over Detroit, so for Nolan Ryan, the news is very good this Sunday night.